and welcome back to RFACTOR 2. As you can maybe see, we're back on Adelaide, as I was in the last video just showing you the mod. Now, as I promised, I'm going to do the 39 lap race, which is the full race distance in race 1 and 2 of the Aussie V8 series here at Adelaide. The race 3 distance is a longer race, which is 78 laps, roughly, round about that. As you can see, also, I have qualified in 3rd place, and I am driving the Ford Falcon Monster sponsored car. I can't remember who actually drives that now. I'm not sure, but he qualified in 3rd place, not first. I wish it was first. I was a few tenths off here and there. My last sector is not as fast. Just to look at my pit strategy, so it's a 39 lap race. I'm covering all bases with an extra couple of laps of fuel in the first tank and second tank. I know it should be the other way. You should be fuel saving rather than trying to burn it off, but I've decided to go for this, probably the safer option of the two. So we're going for 20 laps in the first stint, 21 laps in the second stint. Now, tyre wise, they do need more pressure because they are burning up. Now, I'll put a tad in that and a tad in that. So we've got 2 Dunlop softs on there. You can see the brake balance set. It's personal preference with brake balance. It's not always that's the best, because it depends how you brake and how you accelerate. So, enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get down to the grid. So we are on the start line. We are ready to roll. 39 laps of Adelaide on the signal of the red lights going off and going green, and away we go. A lot of wheel spin off the line, and a lot of this will be a lot of tyre saving. We've got Jason Bright on our left hand side squeezing us out. Gonna have to give him a bit of room. We've got a curb hop in there holding the grid up, but Jason Bright gets in front into 3rd place. We've got Michael Caruso in the Nissan just behind, hard on the brakes. No, that was a very hard braking zone. We've got to be really careful with tyres due to being on softs. And Jason Bright runs a tad wide. Can we go around the outside? It'd be a great move if we can. We're using all the curb available to us. He's still on us inside. Oh, Brighty, what are you doing to me? And there we go, he tucks in behind, but look at what we've done here. We've cost ourselves 1.7 seconds to Mark Winterbob just in front in the Ford Falcon. Dabber brakes as he goes round this long right-hander. Tim Blanchard out in front in the Ford Falcon, but down the inside goes Winterbottom into 1st place in the Ford Falcon, and Caruso just behind me has moved up into 4th. Now we've got to stick to these 2 in front. I'm trying not to burn the tyres off in the first few laps. As you can see, I'm very easy on the throttle. We're heavy on fuel, so it's going to be a lot of pushing too hard going on behind. But we just need to keep it up with Tim Blanchard, who's just in front and holding. And look at the gap already from Mark Winterbottom as he moves into the lead and really takes a commanding lead at that as well. Right behind Blanchard. Can we have a look down the inside? Think better of it round these 90-degree typical street circuit corners. Look right up the back end of the Holden. We're gonna stick the front end round the outside. Oh, he gives us a little bump out, and Caruso's going to take an opportunity to go down the inside. That has cost me another position, and Caruso moves up into 3rd place. Now I'm hitting the rev limiter, trying to look at gauges as we head down into this real tough right-hander. It's a real tricky one. You've got to be very careful, but get as close as possible to the wall. Is that that's Todd Kelly diving down the inside of the car behind. So the AI is definitely not scared of making them last ditch moves. We've got a lot of hustling for positions just behind. Just a dab of brakes. This is my slowest sector where I struggle a bit. The tyres are looking brilliant at the moment. We're only 4 laps in. 3 laps in. I'm looking at positions, so we're currently 4th. Oh, what a move that'll be if I can stick it through. Oh, you can't run out wide. I had to lift off a tad to try and keep it straight. We're going to have a look down the right hand side of Caruso now. Winterbottom will be loving this as he really has run away. 7 whole seconds in front now. We're just tucked in behind Blanchard. We have to make a move on Blanchard if we are aiming to get this race win. He's quicker on the power on the exit. I don't know what tyres he's got on. But look at the gap that Winterbottom's got. Just dab a brake down into 5th. Get that front end tucked in, not wearing them tyres out. That's the main thing. We've got to look after the tyres. The longer we can look after the tyres, the better the stint will be towards the end of this. Well, of the first stint. We've got a first stint of 20 laps. I'm wanting to do 20 laps on these soft tyres, whether it's possible or not. And Todd Kelly's got past Caruso behind me, so he's moving up fast. The Nissan's looking good. Right behind Blanchard. We can't get past at the moment. Up through the gears, 4th, 5th gear, as we head towards this really tight chicane. The AI take it a lot slower than I would like. Oh, hitting that curb on the inside. Throws the car up into the air, makes it so unstable. Todd Kelly closing the gap, as I could just see in my mirror above me. So Blanchard making his car awkwardly wide in the places he needs to. I can't get down any gap. I don't want to burn my tyres up trying to get past him, trying to force him into a mistake. Take a tighter line here. We're going to have a good exit now. If we could stay on the back of him through this fast right-hander, we don't want to be going alongside here because it's tough to overtake side by side into this right-hander. Dabber brakes. Oh, look, he dabs it a bit more. Now we've got an opportunity to go into the hairpin. We're going to tuck in right behind, get the slipstream. Moves out. Oh! Maybe outbrake myself a tad there. The back end steps out, and I have. That will cost us a real handful of positions. And we've got Jason Bright just behind us again. So, oh, and he's going to go down the inside. So that move down into the hairpin may have worked. We've got another car trying to dip round us. So that move, and that's why you may sometimes not just go for a move in certain situations, just cost myself under braking the car. I braked a bit late, and then under hard braking the car just didn't want to stay in a straight line, using the curbs to launch the car into the air, trying to avoid this one on the left hand side. Now we've got a better run than Brighty through the chicane, having a look down the inside, a little bit of contact on the entrance. Got a Winterbottom. We'll be loving this. And we dive down the inside a lot. A lot of oversteer and understeer and everything counted into that code. I was fighting the wheel. We've got one of the Red Bull Holdens fighting his way past Brighty now. It's Shane Van Gisberg who moves up into 7th place. So an entertaining 5 laps we've already had. Not taking that as quick right-hander how I would like. 5th. There we go, without braking. Caruso now making some moves to regain a position off Todd Kelly. He's going to find it hard to stick, and he's going to lose out, in fact, to Tim Slade. And he has. He's lost out. So the Nissan drops another couple of positions of Caruso. Caruso not having the best of times. He's dropped like I have. But I've dropped on that one single move that I probably shouldn't have made. I'm going to have a look. Not the greatest of positions to try and overtake that. It's so narrow for it, as you can see. It's just basically one line through these, through the first chicane and that right hander. Now these are the awkward ones because there isn't much room. Get the car slowed down. We're going to end up on the outside for the next corner. The back end stepping out. This is what I mean about saving the tyres. Try and not be on the throttle too hard. So we're still on the outside of Caruso, which will be the inside for the next corner. The back brakes locking up again, even though we've got brake bars set to how I really like it, and Caruso are causing me some issues here. So he's got the better run, or has he? Seems to be an equal fair run. Dab of brakes, Brighty's still behind. He's got past Shane Van Gisberg again and moved up a few places. The tyres are looking really good, in fact. After about 6-7 laps here at Adelaide, my English not very good today. I think it's more to do with the trying to concentrate on where I am on the track and just keep an eye on position stuff around me. We've got Caruso, Blanchard, Slade, Kelly, then Winterbottom. Winterbottom has a huge lead at the front of the grid. The front of the pack. He got past this man in front of me, Caruso. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't Caruso. It was Blanchard. He got past Blanchard and just took off, disappeared into the distance. Now all us here seem to have got ourselves stuck in traffic, but there is a bit of a gap coming in front of Blanchard. We're got to get past Caruso at some point. We're down the inside. We're going to get a better exit, hopefully. Back end steps out twice. Cost us that better exit. And now you can see Jason Bright and Chaz Bostic start to close the gap in from behind. So that good exit, what we was needing to get a run down into this hairpin, just it wasn't there. Seemed to got onto the slippier part of the circuit. Put my foot down to try and get away as quick as possible, and the back end just did not want to know in the slightest and squirmed all about. But you see the tyre temperature's doing very well. The car temperature 94 degrees, so that's not doing too bad neither. Start to get to worry when it starts going orange. May have to move out of slipstreams to try and cool the car down. Oh, they brake so early, and we're going to nip down the inside, give Caruso an issue. And again, when you go down the inside, you seem to have a bit more of an unstable car as you're going through the chicane, and it really does cost you more time than what it's worth to even attempt it. As you see, I've dropped right back from him now. Well, no, I won't say right back, but dropped back from an attacking position. Again, he looks like Blanchard. He's holding. So I just can't get past Caruso. For love of the money. Here we go again. We're going to try again. We're a bit closer this time. We've got a better exit. The gap behind from Jason Bright is big, so we don't have to worry about him. Hopefully going into the chicane, we clip the curb on the right hand side. Now braking hard, just come off the brakes a tad, put my car on the inside, a little bit of contact on the exit, and there we go. We've got past Caruso, a little bit of contact on the exit, but nothing too dramatic. Now we've got Blanchard to deal with. We need to get in front of him on the track and try and not leave anything to undercuts in the pit lane, because you could leave yourself in trouble with the undercuts. Oh, and this is a problem when you catch up on this sort of section using the pit lane curb there. Oh, and he's so slow through this section of the track. It's going to cost me time. We need to try and get, it might be an idea to try and get on the outside of this corner, and then you've got the inside for the next, because you're just cancelling your own move out if you go down the inside of that corner there, because you've got to leave room. Oh, but we're through. Wasn't expecting that. I thought we may have put up a bigger fight. These 90-degree turns really hurt the tyres as you try and power out of them. But look at the gap we've already got on Blanchard. Now it's time to try and catch up with Tim Slade and Todd Kelly. Can we do it? We've got a bit of space to play with, so we're not battling now. We can really look after the tyres now, and the brakes and the engine temperature, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we're on lap 9 of 39. The car squirming a bit as I try and get the power on. Easy does it. There we go. That's how we like to do it. So 5th gear, a little dab of brakes, so we're going to this little right hander into the last corner, which is a tight right hander, almost a hairpin. I would probably call that hairpin. Back end wanting to step out. As we step on the power now in third, fourth, fifth gear, 200 kilometers an hour as we head down to the first corner, braking hard for the chicane. We are starting to close the gap on the guys in front. So Tim Slade and Todd Kelly in front. So Tim Slade in the Holden, Todd Kelly in the Nissan Altima. Now starting to attack them curves. I'm not backing off of the curves. We set the fastest first sector time as well, with the space, the open air we've got. But look at the tyres. Suddenly we've got this open space. The tyres are starting to get a bit more of a beating. So this is what I mean. When you get that fresh air, you start pushing harder. The tyres are going to get a lot more. Well, they're going to get a lot more temperature and a bit of a beating if you start pushing. If you've got the space and time like I have at the moment, and you want to save your tyres, you don't have to push to try and catch up with the cars in front and think of the longer game, which I may think about. Gosh, the gap to Mark Winter, Mark a bit. Oh, we've lost it, back end out. That was because I was looking at the pit lane. We get on the throttle, try and get out of the way. These lot charging through. We have cars in the pit lane. I was distracted by the fact Mark Winterbottom had gone into the pit. So we've got to try and get on the throttle. There's Winterbottom. Oh, we've cost ourselves some right time here. Now, I promised myself I wasn't going to restart it if I did spin. That spin was due to lack of concentration and has cost us. But we can make this up. It's going to be a fight now. We've got the race, what you could technically say the race leader, but he's come out in such a horrible place. But he dives straight down the inside of Michael Caruso and already has that move over and done with by the next corner. So he's going to be on fresher tyres. It's a really early pit stop, only on lap 11, so he may be going for a 2-stopper. I can't imagine a 3-stopper in race 1. I'm more surprised it's a 2-stopper. Just using that curve on the right hand side, gives the car a bit of launch. Now we've got a lot of work to do to get back the positions we have lost. We're currently 7th, but we have Winterbottom in front of us. I'm having to lock up as Caruso just caught me out with the braking. This is the only problem I see with the AI. They do a lot of mid-corner braking. You'll see them jab on like 4 or 5 times, which is irritating because you want to smooth brake yourself and follow closely, which you can't do if they're jabbing the brakes on. So Winterbottom has that lead. We're going to have a look down the inside, trying to take it a bit more stable. We've not left much room for Caruso. Having to turn it a bit tight in the back end, wanting to fight with me as we go through the chicane and exit the chicane. Back end, now can we stick to the back of Winterbottom, who has made a pit stop? I don't know what he is aiming for, going for a pit stop that early. He's put himself probably the worst situation by putting himself into traffic as well. So the back end again, stepping out. I've got to be careful. I've got the tyre wear, as you can see, is starting to grow. Adelaide, a tough circuit as well. In real life, it did absolutely throw it down, which I did not want to do. And Winterbottom's back end sticking out. He's bouncing over the curves, trying to get past the cars in front. The bottle load car looks absolutely amazing. Little jabs of brakes again. Look, back end's trying to step out. We've still got Caruso right behind us, so we've got to be careful of that. You can see the car really twitching through these sections. The final sector for me is just terrible. I seem to lose so much time in the final sector. I've got the first sector is my fastest, and the second sector is fastest as well. And look at, who was that? That was Mostert. Chaz Mostert jumping over the first corner, or the first curb, using one of his curb hoppers. And look at Caruso dive at me from behind. So if I do go quite heavy, so it's because I'm trying to concentrate, or if I err a bit, it's because I'm trying to look at a gauge and dive at the same time. And look at that! Oh, and Winterbottom's got down the inside of Chaz Mostert on the exit. I get a poor exit as well with the back end wanting to step out. Now Winterbottom. Is he alongside Chaz Mostert? No, he's not. He's dropped back, so probably not the best of exits. Bouncing off them curves, me getting very close to the wall as well. Probably just burning them left tyres up. So Winterbottom burning his tyres up from his pit stop. Trying to get past the traffic. So Todd Kelly leads the race of the Nissan Altima. We've got Tim Slade, oh, in the Holden, just behind him. You see what I mean about the jabbing of the brakes again as they follow each other around the corner. They get a better exit, get on the power. And we're just struggling at the moment. I feel a slight, probably a flat spot from that spin, which won't be helping. Up into fourth gear, he's on the power out the exit. Don't want the back end stepping out again. So lap 14, we're creeping up on the halfway point. We're not there just yet. And again, look at Winterbottom desperately trying to get past this. It's not traffic, he's for position, but he's kind of out of position due to his pit stop. But still technically calling first place because he is the only one who made a pit stop. He's going to try around the outside of Chaz Mostert. What a brilliant bit of driving. Caruso closing in on me. I'm going to take a defensive line. And is that Craig Lowser? I'm down the inside of Winterbottom. So Winterbottom's followed. Not Winterbottom, sorry. Craig Lowser's followed me through on Winterbottom. I just clipped the curb on the right side and Lowndes dives down the inside. Winterbottom also waiting to follow through. I'm on the marbles. Not comfortable. Winterbottom on the outside. Winterbottom dropped it. He's dropped it in the same place I did. And that has just cost Winterbottom his position. Caruso dives in the pits. And all that hard work Winterbottom went, building a gap, built a gap, pitted, has gone out of the window as I'm now behind Craig Lowndes, who's come out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I've not even noticed him close behind on the positions listings. So where he's come from, I do not know. I have spun, but not really put me well out of position. Look at this now. It's a bit of a train in front. Oh, and that's what's catching me out. The AI braking sharp, and I'm having to slam on myself, and it's costing me time. Look at the gap now because of that little braking incident going into the corner, what leads onto this real fast part of the track. Find the car on the right hand side, and Lowndes not settling for the position he has got. He's on the move. Lowndes moves up another position in front of Chaz Mostert, and the back end of my car just like stepping out at the moment. So probably issues to do with wear more than anything else. I don't know where Winterbottom has been placed after that. Was just stuck behind Chaz Mostert now. Seems to be the story of the race up to now. We seem to be getting lodged behind other cars. Caruso has also made his pit stop. We'll go down the inside, try this move again. Mostert over the curb, and we've moved up another position up into fourth place now. So someone else has pitted. Someone else has pitted. It has to, because we're missing. I'm up into fourth. I thought this was fifth. Interesting. So someone else disappeared from that ordering, unless I just count the positions wrong. So Craig Lowndes in front of me. He's trying to get past Blanchard up through the gears. Fifth gear in the slipstream of the Holden in front. Dabber brakes. Turn right. Easy does it. And the game has froze for some reason. No, it's because I clicked on something by accident, braking hard into this next corner. That's better. Do apologise for the little pause there. Don't know what that was about. So we're currently in 4th place on tyres what aren't looking that bad neither. Protecting them through this final sector where I am a bit slower and a bit rubbish, put it that way. Through this final sector, trying to get out of the power early. I want to do that same move into the first corner I've done on a couple of cars now. Again, we're just stuck behind him. And who says you can't have fun with the AI? The AI here doing a brilliant job. We've done a lot of attacking and done a little bit of defending and not so defending as a couple of cars have just sailed past me through some of the corners. Look at Mostit behind. He wanting to get past. He's just sticking his front end in places which I'm not that keen on. We should pack it in. Oh, back end out. We're gonna try on lounge. A bit of an adventurous move. We're gonna have the inside line now. This is where I'm gonna have to be really, really, really careful. Leaving the room, and he moves out wide. I think he's clipped the wall off. He's lost the position to Chaz Mostit. Again, I'm trying to come off the brakes as we go into this hairpin, and Lounge has lost out a couple of positions due to the move I did on him. If put him out of position on the track, he's either braked that a little bit harder, especially on that straight as well. It's going to cost you so much time if you're going to brake harder for the little kink, and everyone's only dabbing the brakes. The inside line working perfect for me now. We're behind Tim Blanchard. In 2nd place is Tim Blanchard. Tim Slade, on the other hand, has a massive lead. Oh, and again we're trying to attack that through the first corner. It's going to cost him. Defending as we look to the inside, braking a bit later. And there we go. Now is a really important time. You can see the cars behind still battling through these corners. And a bit of a mistake there from me as I'm trying to look at dials. That's the only problem I have at the moment. I'm looking at other dials, which is costing me time. Oh, and he's put me on the outside. Oh, he's not got a good run. He's not got a good run, so we're all right. So Tim Blanchard struggles getting a good run out of that final corner. Car twitching through the exit. Up in 6th gear, braking hard now for the hairpin. So I have made a couple of mistakes. That last one, just hitting the wall on the inside, just because I'm trying to look at positions, trying to inform you on stuff. They say women are good at multitasking. Maybe a woman should have done this. Be careful, comment section below. Be careful what you say. Oh, and look at that. With just no grip at the front end, the body to drift out wide. Understeer 21.6 seconds. Is the gap to the car in front. I just realised it's Todd Kelly who seems to be missing from this front pack, and the back end wanting to step out, and again wanting to step out. I've had to lift off big time. A lot of oversteer, a lot of opposite lot going through that corner as well. So tyres, they don't look that bad on the gauges. Now not damaged. There's nothing on the damage gauge. The two bits of contact with the wall may have done something. We've got 2.4 second gap now to the car behind, 21.2 to the car in front. And again, look, the car just not wanting to turn. I'm really struggling on that right hander now. How many laps have we got to go with this tank of fuel? 12 laps. 12 laps to try and get these. Well, the fuel. Now that's the thing. The fuel has confused me. I have noticed this on a couple of other tracks and mods that the fuel, when you set it up in the setup section, doesn't correspond to how much fuel you actually have. So I've still got 12 laps remaining of fuel on the 19th lap, which shouldn't be right. What would that take me over? I put 20 laps in on the system and I'm using a curb hop there. Oh, really hitting that front right. And we're 20 seconds now behind the leader, as this car just does not fancy turning anymore, especially to the right through the left-hander, hitting the curve, which helps rotate that car, as you all know. So now my pit stop has appeared. Now, and it might be an idea to put less fuel in. Tyre pressures are all good. I may put less fuel in because we've got 12 laps worth of fuel left. Not downshifting. Look at how close to get to that wall. Look at the gap we have now. Oh, and I've outbraked myself. That's a silly mistake. Oh, look at the back end wanting to step out. Hard on the power, burning these tyres up. I think it might be an idea to dash into the pits now. We're just gonna go for what we've got. And this is lots of concentration at the moment as we dive into the pit lane. Pit limiter on, as it is a tight right-hander entrance. Looking for our arrows there. It's not going to be a fast stop neither. Onto us, marks. Up for a pit stop. Just stick it in neutral for the time being. So there's Todd Kelly. So Todd Kelly moves into what you could call pole position. Yeah, the fuel. There's Shane Van Gisberg also pitted. Craig Lowes pitted. Jason Bright's pitted. Perkout's pitted. Got a car down the order as well. What's behind? 22, 23 seconds. Wheel spin out of the stop and over the line. So now we have to fight. We're going to cut out in front of Garth Tander, and we miss the first corner. Oh, good God. Not a good exit to the pits. That is cold tyres, cold brakes after sitting still for 20-30 seconds. Look at Holdsworth diving down the inside. And we're behind Chaz Mostert again. So maybe, just maybe, can have a chance. Look, we've got 38 laps worth of fuel, so there is no need for fuel. Behind Nick Perkout, we've got to get it further because he is pitted. So these are more for positions now. We're only moving up into 18th, but it will result in a higher position towards the end of the race because a lot of cars in front still haven't pitted, and their times, if they choose not to pit, which I don't think they can, I think it is a mandatory pit stop in this race. If they don't choose to pit, their tyres are going to be absolutely knackered come the end of the race. I already feel a bit of a benefit with these newer, fresher tyres on. Now they've warmed up a little bit, let's say. That exit to the pit just shows you everything about tyre temps and brake temperatures. After being sat still for a short period of time, that's no, it's not Caruso. That's Rick Kelly. Came out of the pits and slammed into the side of Mostert. He's got that position though, so we need to try and get past both of these now. We've got Scott Pye behind us in the Falcon, the Shellfall Falcon. These two going hammer and tongue just in front. It's all about strategy now. Do I look after the tyres to the final few laps so I can make them overtakes? Rick Kelly really hammering them curves through that last section of the track, really bouncing over the curb. Now the quick jabber brake, possibly downshift. Chaz Mostert out of shape in that corner as well. And look at Scott Pye and Mostert's going for it, so it leads to everyone being all over the place a bit. Rick Kelly's going to lose out if he's not careful, but he's got the inside to the next corner, and Mostert just tucks back in behind. But we're getting a bit impatient now. We want to move up this order as well as the others. We're currently 14th. Dave Reynolds is in the pits now as well. We're going to get a bit pushy with Chaz Mostert around that final corner as we're desperate to get the foot down. Dale Wood as well, also in the pits. Oh, look at this. I think that's Blanchard just up in front. Is it? No, it's Jason Bright. Who came out of the pit? I think both of them are there, in fact. It does look like it. Bright and Blanchard are up there together with the teammates as we dive down the inside of one. just lift off the brakes. That's a good tip as well. I didn't mention in the last video. If you can feel that back end going, lift off the brakes. Try and get it stable again. It's all about brake control in them heavy braking zones. Lifting off the brake, trying to stabilise the car. Looking out down the inside of Rick Kelly. Who's got the better exit? I'm going to squeeze him off. There we go, we're in front. Just going to have my slipstream now though. Braking hard, so yeah. Jason Bright and Blanchard just in front. How's this going to end? This is intriguing. Braking hard. Oh, bit of contact there with Brighty. But we're on the move now. We're on the move. That's the main thing. We are on the move. We're moving up this field. We did have a little bit of contact there through the hairpin, but this is Tin Top Racing. Anybody who watches Tin Top Racing on the TV will know that in real life there's a hell of a lot of contact. And a big get well soon to Lee Holdsworth as well. If you're watching this video, and if you don't know, he was involved in an accident at the last V8 Supercar meeting, which has put him in hospital unfortunately. So a big get well to him. But back to this race, we are being held up by Blanchard again. So this has happened twice in this race. We've not really had an opportunity to get past Blanchard. Oh, the back end wants to step out again. I'm having to fight that back end so much that it wants to step out on the braking and take a lot of curb on that right hand side. It gets a better exit out of the corner, but we're not far behind. We're in that slipstream. We're back up into 7th place after the pit stops as well. All the cars in front have pitted, so we have lost a bit of time. Well, Jim Vaz Gisberg is up there, so interesting. Surely, oh, and again, contact with the Cool Drive's car. He's going into that hairpin, and it looks like Rick Kelly's got past Jason Bright just in the background, in the mirror. 24 laps in. We're over the halfway point now, avoiding the marbles on the track. Now, what's going to interest me is how is Winterbottom coping. He pitted so early. Oh, we've got the outside. This is bad. This is bad. I have to brake early. Just tucking behind. We're costing each other time by battling. I just need pasture. I just need pasture, Blanchard. There, no, you're not going to let that. Oh, no. There we go, down the inside. Power away now. This is our opportunity to make up some positions. So we've got Craig Lowndes in 5th, 19 seconds in front. That shows you how much time that was lost, sat behind Tim Blanchard, who's struggled all race, to be fair. He's not been on a pace. Winterbottom 2nd, there's the early pit stop, that's what he has done. So he's in 2nd, and he's very close to being in 1st. That shows you different tactics where he pitted so early as well. His tyres must be dying. I don't know how you can hold on to the tyres for that long. The rubbered in line really helping the cars as well. Now, when you first start the practice session, there's no rubber on the track. These cars are almost undrivable. You get a bit of rubber down and you really can start pushing. We've got that space to start pushing now. 18 seconds behind. Can we close the gap? It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough, but I'm going to try my best. So here we go. From lap 26 to 39, we have got a lot of time to close up. As you can see, the fuel is no worry whatsoever. We have really overcompensated due to the mismatching fuel gauges when it comes to the setup and the actual race itself. And as you see, set as a new fastest first sector. So we are on the move now. 17.6 seconds to 5th place Craig Lowndes. We are really on the move. Braking, just dab a brake, get it close to that right hand side, let it move all the way to the left. See the first brake marker on the brakes. Fastest 2nd sector down into 2nd gear. Just ease on the power, we don't want to spin them rear wheels up. 3rd, 4th. Then move it over to this right hand side, try and avoid touching that curb. Therefore the curb really does drag you up onto it, and when it drags you up onto it, it makes the car so unstable. This last sector, my Achilles heel, round Adelaide. And then the last right hander, he's on the power and exit out, 3rd, 4th gear. 16.3 seconds, and there you go. That's a new fastest lap, but wasn't fastest in that 3rd sector. What I've struggled with all session and the previous session. So it's a big improvement from the last video I did on this track, which ended just at that other corner after a couple of laps, and the back end again locking up. Just runs me a bit wider. You was over the curb. Clipping the right hand side, back end again. Wanting to step out, not letting it. Tim Slade leads this race from Winterbottom, Todd Kelly, Shane Van Gisberg, Craig's Lowndes, and then myself in the monster Ford Falcon. Big twitch. 15 seconds is the gap now. We are closing in. Nice fresh tyres. Will be fresher than this lead pack of 5 as well, which is really important. I think well, no, Shane Van Gisberg pitted really early. Not Shane Van Gisberg, Winterbottom did. I think Van Gisberg did pit earlier than me. So hopefully, and look at that, we get on the marbles and the car does just not want to turn. You just slides his bit on the marbles and the car just wants to go straight on, just so much understeer now. Back into this first corner, hitting the bumps left and right. Just a quick channel update while I am here as well. A big thank you to everyone who has subscribed and commented and liked, and even the dislikes I do appreciate, because you've took the time to watch the video. If you've not liked it, you've disliked it. So in a weird way, it's your opinion. I do like to hear your feedback. If you do dislike it, please put it in the comment section below. I'd love to know why and how I could improve. But big thank you. We did reach the 300 mark not so long ago, and we're almost up to 350 already. I am only a small channel, so these milestones are huge to me, and it's a big thank you to all of you. This is a nice little community what's growing, and hopefully with you we can maybe set up some races like I suggested. These Aussie V8s doesn't have to be this track, it doesn't even have to be the Aussie V8. Maybe joining the community up, getting on a server all together on any particular game as well, and setting up a race between the community which is growing among you, because this channel is for you guys as well. Just remember that. And I'm always willing to respond to you in the comments if you have any questions about possibly car setups and maybe mod setups, computer setups which I am running, or steering wheel, any of that sort of stuff, which I do not mind. But back to the race, we set another fast first sector time, the car feeling absolutely beautiful now. And the gap is 12.8 seconds with 10 laps to go. It's a big ask. Can we get near the podium? Because 4th and 3rd are right next to each other with the looks of things as well. So this is a last ditch race to the end. The tyres are looking absolutely beautiful as well. That magenta, well, it wasn't magenta then. I floored it out of the hairpin, really burning up them rear tyres now. 3rd, 4th, 5th gear. Dabber brakes again as we just enter this little kink. So like a little kink on that corner again onto the marbles. Got to be careful there. That little right kink as you come round that section. I don't know, it just feels horrible. The car just doesn't want to turn, and you've got the grass which is like ice on the outside. I've not dropped to 3rd for some reason there. Got away with it. The back end wanting to step out and move right up against the wall on the exit. Braking hard down into 2nd gear. The brakes doing a stellar job. gap is 12.7, so it hasn't closed that much over this last couple of laps. I've noticed the car is skidding about a little bit more, 12.2, so it is closing a little bit. 26.8 to the lead. I don't think I'm going to catch him. So you can see now positions changing in front of me. That shows you how close them two are. Can we get a podium position? Pardon me. And that's concentration. That burp actually put me off. It was like half hiccup, half burp. Really distracted me. That was weird. And look at this. I'm changing down into first gear for corners when I should be in second. Right, let's concentrate now. Please, let's not bugger this up. It's been a good... I've really enjoyed this. I'd suggest this to anyone. Set up a proper full length race with your Aussie V8s, with fuel and everything. And it is good fun with the AI. In a weird way, you can trust the AI sometimes. More than you can trust other people. Get right up to that wall and right hand side. I'm starting to fall in love with this real traditional street circuit. 90-degree left and right section does give you a good opportunity to overtake, and then look, there we go. 10 seconds is the gap now. Oh, we've binned it, and that is the problem. Down, clutch gear, spin it round, get on the throttle. We spun. Now that has cost us 7 seconds, and we've dropped back into the clutches of the cars behind. Now it's recovery time. Not done any damage to the car. Oh, what a disappointment. Just got on the power too early. And the rear end was lighting up. I tried correcting it. It just wasn't happening. I've had to donut the car, which has really burnt up the rear wheels. Now I've got to be really careful in these next few corners not to do it again with them rear wheels. I've got some temperature on them now, maybe a bit too much temperature. Just dab a brakes. As you can see, the car wanting to step out, so we've just cost ourselves a podium there. I think we've got 8 laps to try and improve on it. It's going to be a big ass now, a massive ass, especially when you've got Todd Kelly pulling away from Winterbottom. I'm short shifting through there, don't want a car wheel spinning up. So I've got the pace. You can see as we just drove away from Shane Van Gisberg behind, who caught up after that spin. So not a stellar race, not being perfect, but no one ever is perfect. That's, I think, the meaning of that. Few twists and turns. We've got a Winterbottom who've done a 2-stopper, and Shane Van Gisberg, so they have done 2 stoppers, them two. And it, oh god, close to that wall. My heart skipped a beat as it got wobbled right next to the wall. So the 2 stoppers showing to be possibly as quick as a 1-stopper. As I'm in a 1-stop sandwich. As we've got Shane Van Gisberg behind me and Mark Winterbottom in front of, both done 2 stoppers. Interesting, very interesting. Tight to right hander, let the car drift out. So we're on lap 32. Gap is 12.8 seconds. If I keep at this pace and keep closing the gap, we're going to be close to the guys in 4th and 3rd, but I don't think we're going to get there in time. 11.8. I keep having a little glance up, but it's probably fluctuating, so you guys are probably looking at it going, no, it's just fluctuating, Richard, or Deadpool 51, whichever you want to call me. You can call me many names. I've been called so many names before, so it doesn't make a difference to me. But yeah, it's 12.2, so it's just fluctuating. It's like the accordion effect you tend to see in the corners. Right hand of the car, feeling low. I think the tyres have been a lot better in this final stint, but reason to explain that is that the track is more rubbered in, so you're getting a bit more grip on your exit. Car is not lighter, the car is a bit heavier, I think, because of just fed the car so much fuel, and again, look at how twitchy that was through that section of the circuit. On the power, 11.5 and 11.7 in 5 laps. 5 laps to try and get a podium. Is it possible? I don't think it is, to be honest with you. I started third, dropped 2 positions, made a couple mistakes, so it's not been the smoothest of drives, I'll say that. On reflection, fuel, that could have been better dealt with, but that's a game issue. It tells you that you've got 20 laps of fuel, you put it in, it's actually about 30 odd laps of fuel. Well, we could have got away with just a tyre stop, which would have saved us a hell of a load of time, but with 24 seconds I think our pit stop was, so that it did cost us a lot of time. Tyres, I think the tyres have been perfect, to be honest with you. Other than me letting the tyres down by locking up or doing that out of corners, I think the tyres have been absolutely spot on. So if you did go onto that setup for this circuit, the track temperature is about 29 degrees, so if you do want to set it up with the same, it's just a constant 29 degrees over the whole weekend. Remember to let the cars rubber in the circuit, and the car drifting wide. Again, on that final corner, 9.3 seconds. 9.2, ooh. Can we actually close up? So this, me jibber-jabbering away, which, if you don't mind me jibber-jabbering away, you've probably enjoyed this video a lot. If you don't like me jibber-jabbering away, you're probably not here anymore. So, oh, I'll break myself loose. You can see the marbles. So avoid them marbles. Them marbles are your worst enemy. Only really go on them if you're trying to make an overtaking move, but you have to be so careful when doing that. 35 laps, still got the fastest lap. I think we are closing in on at least one of these guys. It's Todd Kelly of Winterbottom who's got back in front of him at some point. I'm braking about a week early for the hairpin, don't know why. Out of the corner, hard on the throttle again. So we're getting near the end of this race now. The car has felt absolutely brilliant. So the only thing what has let me down is myself with a couple of spins. You see it just clipped them marbles on the left hand side, and the car just doesn't want to turn as quick. So it's about 8 to 7 seconds. See, if I'd not spun, we would be on the back of them two probably a lap or so ago. I'm trying to get a podium position, but this happens in racing. The champions lose more races than what they win at the end of the day, and that's the excuse I'm going for. The champions, it's not really an excuse, it's a nice little line. I heard it the other day from someone or something, and you can see the new fastest first sector, and we can actually see Todd Kelly in front. 3 laps. Can we gain another position? He has dropped off the back of the leaders, and we're on the marbles. And you see how much I had to slow down then because of the marbles. And again, this is because we're losing grip going onto the marbles, and he just seems destined not to catch up with the cars in front. It is painful being probably the quickest on the track and that close to the cars in front. But if this was a championship and it was the first race of the season, I would probably look at the situation now and think 5th place, nothing to grumble about whatsoever. 5th race and fastest lap, you cannot grumble about. So if you're in a sim racing situation where maybe your first race of a championship you've joined, this would be an excellent start. Obviously the guys in front, they were exquisite starts, but I can't moan at 5th place. We're on lap 37. Tyres looking absolutely great. Car temperature looking stellar as well. The gap in front is not massive, but it's probably big enough to take him to the end of this race. Tyre temps have looked absolutely spot on all the way through. Fuel, the main issue in this race for me, I think, with the over-fueling. And we can brake a bit earlier for that corner again, so it's like we settled for 5th place. I'm already braking early for corners, the back end stepping out, so you've got to be aware until you cross that line on that final lap. You have to be aware of what the car is doing. Don't let off in these, especially in this sort of situation where you've got no one right in front of you, no one right behind you, so you've got that. You can see I've got basically equal gap in front and behind. I've got a cushion either side, but it doesn't mean you can not concentrate until you've, that fat lady sings basically until she starts letting her lungs explode. And we are actually closing in on Todd Kelly kind of quick on the penultimate lap. Can we get 4th place? This is going to be close. Here we go. So 3rd, 4th on this quick right-hander. He has only done a one-stopper, the same as me. This is going to be interesting. Can we get anywhere close? I think dangling that bait in front of me as well has helped, as we've suddenly got on the power. The back end steps out again. Under braking, you can see the corrective steer. Well, you can't see it, in fact. Do apologise. Again, with the bonnet view, due to the issues with the interior view being like a letterbox, you can't see nothing. And what is happening there? Has he just pitted? He has. What? Todd Kelly has pitted. Maybe he's run out of fuel. 1 lap to go. We're 13 seconds behind the guy in front. I can't believe it. Todd Kelly pitted. So 4th place, 1 position outside the podium. How unlucky is that? Oh no, what a shame. But this is final lap, so make sure everything is as good as what the 1st lap was and what the 20th lap was. Hopefully that's none of the laps I spun on. It's all about being comfortable now. Out of the corner we come. 3rd, 4th. Bit of short shifting as well, just to protect the car on this final lap, because we're not going to catch anyone up. Lift and coast. There we go. Early braking. Once a car is at a decent pace, you can just lift and coast. So as you can tell, the gap in front is too big, the gap behind is too big as well, unless I make a mistake. So nice little bit of short shifting, a bit of lift and coasting. All saves tyres and fuel and everything, and saves the car. So 39 laps of Adelaide. Race 1 goes to Tim Slade, Craig Lowndes, and then Winterbottom. And then across the line in 4th place is myself. Oh my goodness, what a race. A bit of a longer video than what I normally do, but I'd like to thank each and every one of you who stuck it through to the end. A big thank you from myself. Hope you've enjoyed. Please put it in the comment section which bits you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, tatty byes, bye.